love a writing move that I can learn once and use all the time. And today's move is one of those moves that we can learn once and use for introductions in all kinds of writing across all content areas. Whether we're writing about literature or history or art or science, today's move is going to help us get started in a way that's engaging to the reader and helps us provide some important context. Today's move is the then and now intro. Let's take a look at a mentor text to see what a then and now intro sounds like. In 1931, the first library in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, opened its doors to white patrons only. Nearly a century later, Kenyans dressed in the slinky gowns, flapper headpieces, and tweed suits of that era streamed into the now dilapidated space in a celebration that was part fundraiser for the remodel of the iconic building, part reclamation of the city's public libraries as palaces for the people. So the first thing that I notice about this mentor text that you might not know just by looking at what's on the screen is that this isn't a piece of history writing. This isn't really a historical essay. It's not a historical analysis. The purpose of this essay is to talk about a movement that's happening in Nairobi right now as they remodel public libraries. However, the next thing I notice is that this begins with a historical timestamp in 1931. Immediately from the get-go, the reader knows, oh, we're not talking about what's happening right now. We're talking about history. In 1931, here's what happened. I also noticed that the writer uses that as an introductory phrase, right? There's this preposition in 1931, comma, and then a statement about what happened in the past. Now that's the then part, right? The writer transitions to the now part with another introductory phrase, another timestamp that stamps it as today. Nearly a century later, here is what's happening now. Now, why would a writer want to do this? Why would a writer want to begin with this little history corner moment when they're not really writing about history? Well, first of all, it provides kind of a surprising, pleasant beginning for the reader. The reader is expecting to read about something else, about a current art exhibition, about this project in Kenya, about developments in the ecological space. And instead, they start in the past. It's sort of a surprise for the reader that really engages them and grabs their attention because it instantly starts to bring questions to mind. What happened then? Why is that important? What's changed? What's going on now, right? We've immediately hooked the reader with that. The second reason that writers might do this is because it creates a contrast from the very start. Now, comparison and contrast is a text structure you know, and we often see it in the body of a piece of writing as a way to develop an idea. But here it can also be used as an introductory technique to contrast. Then, here's what happened. Now, here's what's going on. It also gives the reader a great opportunity to provide a little bit of context that might benefit the reader that they may not know otherwise, but it's going to help them really appreciate the ideas that the writer is putting forth in the rest of their piece. Let's take a look at some other mentor texts in different content areas that use the then and now intro. So where in your writing would it be helpful to provide a little bit of historical context to help the reader orient themselves and to give them helpful background before they get into the rest of your ideas? Where would a then and now intro help you surprise the reader, immediately bringing questions to mind, immediately engaging their minds in the ideas that you want to present? Where could starting with a contrast help you get going in your piece of writing to show what has come before you, but then quickly move into what you really want to say? Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure that you've liked and you're subscribed so that you don't miss any future mini moves for writers.